This war did not begin in 2022, and it did not begin in 2014. What we're watching today is not a sudden explosion, but a pattern repeated for centuries. Ukraine's independence was never a misunderstanding. It was always treated as a threat. To understand why, we need to go back, much further than most timelines do. When the Russian Empire faced Ukrainian self-rule, it didn't negotiate. It erased it. In 1775, under Catherine the Great, Russian troops destroyed the Zaporizhian Sich, the political and military center of the Ukrainian Cossacks. Not reformed, not absorbed, destroyed. Later, when military force wasn't enough, the empire switched tactics. Ukrainian language was banned. Books were censored. Schools were restricted. The claim that Ukraine has no real history or identity is not a mistake. It is a lie, repeated for decades, and amplified by Russian state propaganda in recent years. If Ukraine didn't exist, it wouldn't need to be silenced. Between 1917 and 1921, Ukraine fought a full-scale war against Bolshevik Russia. Kyiv changed hands multiple times. Governments rose and fell. Armies advanced, retreated, and returned. Moscow's goal wasn't coexistence, it was control. And when military victories weren't decisive enough, political sabotage followed. Parallel governments, propaganda, claims that Ukraine was liberated, not invaded. This was the first appearance of the modern Russian playbook. January 1918, near the Kruty railway station. This wasn't the whole war. It was one moment inside it. Ukraine had almost no regular army, so students went instead. Teenagers, cadets, volunteers. They faced a professional, experienced force advancing on Kyiv. Militarily, the battle was a loss. But strategically, it destroyed a dangerous assumption, that Ukraine would not resist. That assumption was wrong in 1918, and it has been wrong ever since. Ukraine eventually lost the war for independence, but the fighting didn't end. It was rewritten. Under Soviet rule, this wasn't remembered as a war. It became a civil conflict, a misunderstanding, a footnote. Ukrainian resistance was reframed as betrayal. Independence was rebranded as extremism. And generations were taught that resistance only brings tragedy. Fast forward, 2014. Russia again claimed Ukraine wasn't real enough to choose its own future. Again, borders were crossed. Again, identity was denied. Again, resistance was dismissed as temporary. 2022 didn't change the strategy. It only made the pattern impossible to ignore. This war didn't start in 2014. It began every time Ukraine said, "We exist." Different centuries, same denial, same response. History didn't repeat itself. It continued. If you value short, honest history, subscribe to Minihistory with AI.